welcome back to Side by Side Learning. Now today's video is a little extra special because I'm joining in a collaboration with Mommy on the Move and a bunch of other awesome homeschoolers. So if you've been wondering about breakfast and how to do it in your home, there's going to be so many great ideas. I can only speak for myself, but I am not a morning person. I tried it and I didn't like it. So I've given up, and now my kids kind of fend for themselves for breakfast. Not completely fend for themselves. I get them stuff that it's easy for them to do, and I'm going to show you how I do breakfast for my kids while I still get some snoozing in. My number one tip is to buy things that your kids can do on their own, okay? Now, my oldest is 7 and I've got 4 kids, so I've got a 7-year-old, a 6-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 2-year-old. I know, they're all little, and some families, that's way too little for doing breakfast by themselves. For us, it works awesome. Everyone is so much happier when I get to sleep more. And of course, they're hungry because they get to eat. Okay, so number one secret, to buy things that they can do on their own, okay? So I'm talking about milk. Get a container that the kids can pour by themselves. So I just fill this up and there's a little spout. Perfect. They can do cereal all by themselves. My 7-year-old can get it out and he can help the younger kids, and they mostly keep the cereal in their bowl. So that's a good one. Eggos. Your kids can use a toaster. We prefer when my husband makes sourdough waffles, and then we freeze them, and then we can still cook those in the toaster. The kids love that. Another tip is bread. And then what you do is you make a bunch of French toast, like individually, and then you put it back in the bag, throw it in the freezer, and then you have French toast ready in the morning. Muffins are also a good little secret that we have. We bake muffins in jars, and then they get sealed. And then we freeze them, and then we bring out a couple every week or so, and then the kids can just eat these muffins. They generally use a spoon, but you can shake it out if you're determined. So then there's those muffins. Also, Costco muffins. Okay? Now, when you buy Costco muffins, you get 6 of one kind. Okay? What we do is we always put in one chocolate one, and then we quarter all of these muffins. So in the morning when the kids are like, oh, I want a muffin, they can just go to the freezer, get one of these out, and then my bigger kids know that they start with 2 halves, and if they want more, they can have more. And my littler kids start with 1/2 or 1/4, and then they can have more. So those are great. We keep them in the freezer, then they're ready to go when we need them. And then lots of times, half of a muffin doesn't quite cut it, so then they grab an apple that's in the fridge, or they grab a banana from the counter. Another thing I like to keep in the fridge is hard-boiled eggs. I know. Nice and easy. So I boil these before. I leave the shells on generally because I'm lazy. And then my 7-year-old and my 6-year-old cracks them for the younger kids. My 2-year-old can crack her own eggs, but it doesn't come out as pretty as she'd like, so she has the older kids do it. And then my son is the official salter. So they work as a team. We also have canned fruit. So these are pears. Often we have peaches too. We've got bread for easy toast. You can put jam on it or peanut butter, honey. My kids love honey on toast, so those are easy. Another thing we eat a lot of for breakfast is cottage cheese. Now, and my kids just scoop out cottage cheese into a bowl and pretty much just eat it plain, and then they'll also grab some fruit to go with it. So that's delicious and easy. So there's those. Then yogurt. We always have yogurt. So my kids scoop their own yogurt. I'm working on getting them to clean the sides, but they scoop their own yogurt, and that makes me happy. And then to beef up the yogurt a little bit, we have some granola. This one is the coconut and cashew butter from Costco, and it's a favorite. It's so good. Then on top of that, we put some raspberries. My kids normally prefer the raspberries because they can just pick a couple, throw them in the bowl, and they're ready to go. But we normally have strawberries as well. So if anybody wants strawberries, then my 7-year-old cuts the strawberries and puts them in the bowl. And then of course, you need a little bit of chocolate chips in your yogurt. It just tastes better that way. So we have this ginormous bag of chocolate chips for our yogurt. And it's so beautiful. The kids eat, I sleep, and then I don't have to worry about it. And when I get up, when I'm ready to get up, I know everybody's eaten and they've eaten something mostly healthy, and it's a good start to our day. So that is what breakfast looks like in our house. Now I want to know how breakfast looks like in your house. So leave a comment below. Also remember to watch the playlist for how other homeschoolers also do breakfast in their home. Even if you're not a homeschooler, you might find some great tips on how to make breakfast easier for your home. So thanks so much for joining us, and I'll catch you next time.